He knelt on one knee. Everyone clapped, except me. Because the ring he held out to her, I helped him choose it. I thought it was for me. Turns out, it wasn't. He proposed to my best friend, in front of me, at her birthday, after 3 years of dating me in secret. The worst part? She said yes. I was the other woman, without even knowing it. My name's Kendra. I'm 31, a trauma nurse from Knoxville, Tennessee. I've handled mass casualties, highway pileups, and 5 different natural disasters. Nothing prepared me for the emotional wreckage of what happened last Friday night. Let's rewind. 3 years ago, I met Eli during a night shift trauma rotation at Vanderbilt. He was a new ER resident, confident, sarcastic, ridiculously good-looking in that doesn't try kind of way. We hit it off fast. But he was private, said he wasn't into social media or public declarations. No photos, no Facebook, no tagging. For work reasons, I believed him. God, I was an idiot. We dated quietly. I mean quiet to the point of silence. I thought we were protecting something special, intimate, real. My friends didn't even know his last name. He never introduced me to his people. I rationalized it. We were busy. Medical life is chaos. We were just being discreet. Fast forward to last week. My best friend, my childhood soul twin, Harper turned 30. She wanted a rooftop birthday bash in downtown Nashville. Fancy, catered, live jazz. I helped plan the whole thing, coordinated vendors, made the playlist, even paid the deposit when the venue fell short. Harper was always worth it. Then Eli said, "Hey, do you think I should come to Harper's party? It might be time to make things more public." I was over the moon. Finally. I picked out his tie. He looked incredible. We Ubered there together, though he made me wait a few minutes to enter behind him so it wouldn't be weird. My stomach flipped, but I brushed it off. At the party, everything was perfect, until it wasn't. About halfway through the night, the music dropped. Harper's sister tapped the mic. "Everyone!" A quick pause. "Harper, sweetie, come up here." That's when Eli appeared beside her, with a little black box in hand. My breath stopped. He got down on one knee, looked up at her like she hung. The stars. Opened the box. It was the ring, the emerald-cut solitaire I'd helped him pick 2 months ago. I thought it was a weird, theoretical convo, a someday question. I told him I liked simple elegance. He said he wanted a woman with taste to help. That woman was me, and the ring was for Harper. He proposed to her, in front of everyone. With the damn ring I had chosen. My body froze. My ears roared. The crowd exploded. Cheers, screams, phones out, pictures, videos. I stood there like roadkill. Then Harper said yes. And they kissed. I think I disassociated. Somewhere in the chaos, Harper spotted me. Her smile faltered, for a fraction of a second. Then she looked away, like I didn't exist. No one noticed me leave. I walked out the back stairs in silence. Got in my car. Drove 45 minutes in absolute darkness, gripping the wheel like it was the only thing tethering me to earth. When I got home, I screamed into my pillow until my throat went raw. Then the betrayal started sinking in, slowly, like poison. 3 years. 3 damn years he told me he wasn't ready. Not the right time. Still figuring things out. All while dating her publicly? While sleeping with me? While letting me help with the proposal? I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I stared at my phone all night. No call, no message, nothing. Ghosted. But that's when something in me snapped. You want to humiliate me in public? Fine. Let's see how public we can get. I stayed quiet. For 3 days. Didn't answer texts. Didn't call anyone. Not Harper. Not Eli. Not even my mom. But I wasn't sulking. I was digging. I went full ICU-level investigation mode. Late nights, coffee, a corkboard with string. Okay. Google Docs, but still. And what I found was filth. Turns out Harper and Eli weren't new. They had a whole Instagram couples archive, hidden under a cutesy couples handle. A Harper and Eli hearts, trips, dinners, anniversary posts going back 2 years. That's right. He was exclusive with me for 3 and dating Harper publicly for 2. Want to know what really burned? A photo from last Valentine's Day. Harper holding the exact same flowers Eli gave me that morning. Same ribbon, same florist. He left my apartment that night saying he was on call. He wasn't. He was in a 5-star suite downtown, celebrating. With her. The rage was volcanic. I wasn't just the backup plan. I was the emotional support side chick for a shiny, curated lie. And Harper, my best friend since kindergarten? Who made friendship bracelets with me? Promised we'd be each other's maids of honor? She knew. She had to. I remembered weird moments now. Times she'd gone cold when I mentioned dating someone complicated. Her forcing me to cancel on her birthday 2 years ago. The same. Weekend her post said Eli took her to Asheville. She looked me in the face. Lied. Over and over. So yeah, I snapped and plotted the kind of payback that burns slow but leaves scars. I started by RSVPing to their engagement party. Yep, they were throwing a joint bash, celebrating love, loyalty, and new beginnings. Gag me. It was set for Sunday afternoon at this bougie lakeside estate Harper's cousin owns. Catered. Outdoor bar. Acoustic guitarist. All white dress code. Perfect. I didn't just RSVP. I volunteered to help with the slideshow. You know, the cute How We Met video that couples play before cutting the cake? Harper sent me the photos. Even thanked me for being so mature about everything. She had no idea. While she was picking floral centerpieces, I was editing footage, only not the kind she expected. Sunday arrived. Bright skies, white dresses, Instagrammable nonsense everywhere. I wore white, too. And under it, a heart rate monitor. Because honestly, my pulse was hitting trauma code levels. I walked in like nothing was wrong. Harper hugged me, smelled like expensive sunscreen and betrayal. Eli gave me a nod. The same smirk he used to give me when he stole hospital supplies for patients. Charming, reckless, disgusting. I'm so glad you came, Harper said. Really? Oh, I smiled. I wouldn't miss it. The drinks flowed. Guests mingled. And finally, as the sun dipped, it was time for the slideshow. Everyone gathered around. Projector ready. Screen lit. Harper took the mic. We just want to thank everyone for being here. Love's not always easy, but when it's right, you just know. She gestured to Eli. He kissed her hand. Then, she cued me. Big shout-out to Kendra, who put together this beautiful look at our love story. Kendra, you're the best. Oh, honey, you have no idea. The lights dimmed. The music started soft, romantic. Their engagement photos, the ones Harper posted all over, I faded in. Then, about 45 seconds in, the tone shifted abruptly. The next slide, a time-stamped photo of Eli and me kissing, dated 9 months ago, in my scrubs, in his car. Clear as day. Then another, us at the Nashville flea market, him holding my hand. Same outfit he wore in a photo Harper had posted from their anniversary dinner, taken just hours after. People started murmuring. Then came the screenshots, texts, messages, voice notes. Eli saying, "You're the only one." Me replying, "I wish we could go public." Next, a video of Eli, face visible, in my apartment, laughing shirtless, telling me he can't wait to finally get rid of the fake stuff. The fake stuff being Harper. The room exploded. Gasps, shouts. One woman actually dropped her champagne glass. Harper stood frozen, jaw slack. Eli, pale. And me? I stood in the corner, silent, watching. The last slide faded in. Black screen. White. Letters. Love isn't a lie, people are. Silence. Then chaos. Harper ran. Eli stammered, tried to speak. No one was listening. Someone yelled, "Bro, what the hell?" I left through the kitchen. Didn't even grab a drink. Drove home calm. Almost peaceful. The revenge, done. But the fallout? Oh, that was just beginning. By Monday morning, the video was everywhere. Not just shared among friends. Not just office gossip. I mean viral. Someone had recorded the whole thing. My slideshow. Harper's stunned face. Eli looking like a deer on Xanax. They uploaded it to TikTok with the caption, "She played the side chick slideshow at the engagement party. 4 million views in 48 hours. My face wasn't in it, but Harper's was. Eli's was. And so was the ring. Reddit got a hold of it. Instagram. Twitter. Local news. Suddenly, Nashville's most romantic couple became that lying doctor and his betrayed bride. Memes popped up overnight. Someone edited Harper's shocked expression into a Renaissance painting. Eli's face became the emoji for male manipulator. I stayed quiet. No interviews, no comments, nothing. But privately, I watched them fall. Eli was fired within days. The hospital didn't say it was because of the video. Of course not. But word spread fast. And they don't like scandals. Especially not ones involving violation of hospital code of conduct regarding romantic relationships. Apparently, I wasn't the only one. A nurse named Sienna messaged me anonymously. Then another. Then another. 5. Women. 5 versions of the same lie. He'd dated multiple nurses, EMTs, even a paramedic intern, overlapping, ghosting, gaslighting, love bombing, a real Dr. Love. Except now, everyone knew, his medical license wasn't revoked. But the whispers followed him like a shadow. Last I heard, he was trying to get a locum gig in Kansas, which is code for no one in this city will touch him. Harper didn't fare much better. Her marketing firm, the one she bragged about constantly, put her on indefinite leave. Apparently, clients didn't love being associated with public scandal, especially one that had 2.3 million TikTok comments and counting. Even worse, her cousin, the one who lent the estate for the party, sent her a bill, $8,000 for damaged property, lost deposits, and reputational harm. The punchline? The bill arrived with a screenshot of the final slideshow frame. Love isn't a lie, people are. Ouch. But the part that actually made me laugh? Harper reached out. 3 days post-scandal. Texted me. Harper, you ruined my life. Congratulations. I hope you're proud. Me? Not proud. Just finished. She didn't reply. It should have ended there. But the universe had one more twist queued up. About 2 weeks later, I got a LinkedIn message from someone named Charlotte Bram. Her profile pic was crisp, classy, legal vibe. She introduced herself as an attorney for the Tennessee Medical Ethics Board, said she was conducting a quiet internal investigation into medical misconduct and retaliation cases. Someone had tipped her off about Eli. She asked if I'd be willing to share what I knew, not just about him dating subordinates, but how he handled medications, patient interactions, anything unusual. I called her. Turns out, one of the other. Women, Sienna, had filed a formal complaint, and when the hospital brushed it under the rug, she went higher. To the state. Charlotte was building a case. I told her everything. Times he bragged about skipping chart notes, instances where he overprescribed, a conversation we had about using leftover narcotics from an expired kit to save paperwork. She listened, took notes, asked for my records, screenshots, anything. I had, and then she said the words I didn't expect. Thank you. This might be what gets him banned from practice permanently. Not just fired, erased. I felt something shift in my chest. Not relief, not joy, something quieter, stronger. Like, finally, I could breathe. That weekend, I got coffee with an old friend, Cass. We used to rotate shifts together during COVID. She'd heard about the whole engagement party debacle through the grapevine. You good? She asked, halfway through her espresso. I thought about it. About the years I spent justifying scraps, believing I didn't deserve more. About how Harper looked through me and Eli lied to me like it was sport. About the faces of those women who came forward. About Charlotte building her case, and finally I nodded. I'm better than I've been in years, she smiled. Damn right. Of course, there was one final cherry on top, a message from a burner account. No name, no photo, just a line. You'll regret this. Eli is going to sue you. I laughed so hard I spilled my tea. Sue me? For what? Showing the truth? Besides, I'd covered my bases. My face wasn't in the video. I hadn't named him anywhere public. Every image, every screenshot, all verified, time-stamped, and real. It wasn't defamation. It was documentation. And you can't sue someone for telling the truth, especially when 5 other women back it up. Nice try, Eli. I disappeared for a while. No social media, no texts. I took 2 weeks off work, got in my car, and drove south. Just me, the open road, and silence. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I needed to forget the sound of applause. I needed to remember who I was before I let 2 people rip my life in half. I ended up in Savannah, rented a quiet Airbnb near the river, ate seafood alone, watched boats pass by like they had somewhere better to be. I walked for hours every day, no earbuds, just breathing. For the first time in years, I was still, and in that stillness, something wild happened. I started healing. My 5th night there, I got dinner at this hole-in-the-wall Italian place. Small, candlelit, warm. As I waited for my check, the bartender came over holding a folded napkin. Guy at the corner table asked me to give you this. I turned. Empty table. Gone. I unfolded the napkin. Just a name, scribbled in bold letters. Noah B. My stomach flipped. I hadn't seen that name in a decade. Noah Bennett, my college ex. The one that got away and left no forwarding address. We'd broken up when I got accepted to trauma residency, and he moved west for some fellowship program. No drama. just diverging paths. But now, I paid the bill and ran outside. Nothing. No sign of him. I stood there in the Georgia night air wondering if I was going insane, until I heard it. Kendra? I turned, and there he was, older, beard, glasses, but that same crooked smile that always made me forget my name. Holy Noah? We walked the riverfront for hours, talked like no time had passed. He'd just moved to Savannah 3 months ago, pediatric trauma rotation. Was having dinner with colleagues when he saw me. I thought it was a mirage, he said, laughing. Didn't even know if you'd remember me. I'd never forgotten. Not him. Not the way he made me feel like I wasn't too much for wanting. A big, messy life. Not the way he looked at me like I was an entire sky. Not just a pretty cloud passing through. And the crazy part, he wasn't married. No kids. No long-term entanglements, just timing. That night, he said, you looked so peaceful. I didn't want to interrupt. Next time, I told him, interrupt. He smiled. There's going to be a next time? There was. I spent the next few days getting to know the Noah I hadn't known in a decade. He'd done Doctors Without Borders, lived in Uganda for a year, lost his mom to cancer, stopped drinking after that, became godfather to his best friend's daughter. He wasn't just a good guy anymore. He was a better man. One night after too much gelato and a long walk back to his place, he kissed me. Soft, slow, like he was asking a question. I answered it, with my whole body. Noah didn't fix anything. He just reminded me I was never broken. Back in Nashville 2 weeks later, I returned to work like a woman reborn. New hair, new rules, new fire. My manager pulled me aside. I heard about the video. I braced for it. Then she grinned. Legend. I got promoted to shift lead that week. Apparently, standing up for yourself translates well in trauma. One night, scrolling LinkedIn, I saw it. Eli's profile, deactivated. Then I got a text from Charlotte, the ethics board lawyer. Final hearing scheduled. Want to testify? Hell yes, I did. Not for revenge, but for every woman he manipulated. Every nurse who thought she was crazy. Every patient who got half of Eli's attention while he texted someone else under the table. It wasn't just about me anymore. It never really was. The day of the hearing, it poured. Not just rain. It stormed. Thunder cracking like a warning shot. Wind so wild it turned umbrellas inside out. I took it as a sign. Eli's reckoning wasn't going to be quiet. I walked into the Tennessee Board of Medical Conduct Headquarters at 8:59 a.m. Sharp hair pulled back. Scrubs on. Minimal makeup. Just my ID documents and a calm rage that had been simmering for 3 years. They led me to a private waiting room. Gray walls. Coffee machine that spit steam but not flavor. 2 folding chairs. 1 giant clock. Tick, tick, tick. I wasn't alone for long. A soft knock, then the door opened, and in walked Harper. My breath hitched. She looked awful, pale, underweight. Makeup couldn't hide the stress lines under her eyes. Her signature honey blonde hair was tied in a limp knot. No jewelry, not even the ring. We just stared at each other. Then she spoke. I'm testifying too. Silence. You were right, she said, voice shaking. About all of it. He lied. He cheated. He drained my savings. Took money from my joint account. Told me it was for an investment. It was a trip with another woman. I sat, stunned. I'm not here for sympathy, she said quickly. I'm here because I have proof. Credit card statements, screenshots, voice memos, the works. She reached into her bag, hands trembling, and pulled out a folder. I found one of his burner phones. Oh my God. When we were called in, I expected a courtroom. It wasn't. Just a long U-shaped table. 5 chairs filled by stern, sharp-eyed. Board members and a single plastic seat for Eli. He sat there like a statue. Suit, fresh haircut. Expression frozen in polite disgust. He barely looked at us. The chairwoman nodded at me. Ms. Malone, when you're ready. I stood, and I told them everything. How we met, how he strung me along, the overlapping timelines, the engagement stunt. The other women who'd messaged me, his disregard for protocol. The time I saw him forge a discharge note to leave early for a weekend trip with Harper. Their pens scratched furiously. Then I played a voice recording. One I'd almost deleted, until I realized what it meant. It was Eli, drunk, laughing. They think I'm some kind of hero. I just say the right crap, touch the right buttons, and boom, access granted. Nurses, patients, donors, people are so damn easy. When it ended, you could hear a pin drop. Then Harper stepped forward. She opened her folder, laid out receipts, bank transfers, screenshots of Eli messaging 3 other women, the same day he proposed to her, and finally, a photo of the engagement. Ring receipt, paid for, on her credit card. She didn't cry, didn't scream, just stood there straight-backed and said, "I hope you strip his license and never give it back." Then she walked out. After our statements, the board requested a recess. We returned to the gray waiting room, and Harper sat next to me. We didn't say anything for a long time, until finally she whispered, "I should have believed you. I should have seen it sooner." I nodded slowly. "You were in love. Love makes you blind." He made me blind too. She swallowed. "Are we enemies?" I sighed. "No, just 2 women who survived the same disaster." She let out a shaky breath. "I still can't believe you played that video at the party." I cracked a smile. "Me neither." And for the first time in years, we laughed. A bitter, tired, almost hysterical laugh. But still, a laugh. An hour later, the decision came. Eli's license. Revoked, permanently, no appeals, no reinstatement. No second chances. His face? I'll never forget it. That smirk, the one he used to get away with murder, shattered. Jaw clenched, eyes wide. He turned toward me as if trying to telepathically plead his case. But I was already walking out. No words, no mercy. Later that night, I got a message from one of the other nurses Eli had manipulated. "Sienna, I heard. He's done. Thank you. From all of us," I texted back. "We did it together." Because that's the thing about fire. If it doesn't destroy you, it forges you. 6 months later, I stood in front of 200 people. Spotlight on my face, microphone in hand, pulse pounding like a war drum. TEDx Nashville. The theme? Unmasking Power. And I was the closing speaker. Me. Kendra Malone, once the invisible girl, in the shadows of her best friend's wedding proposal. Now, the woman who burned the whole damn stage down. When the video of my TED Talk hit YouTube, I thought it'd get a few thousand views. I talked about medical betrayal, about how power hides in charm, about why women stop speaking up, and what happens when they start. I didn't name names. Didn't need to. The story spoke for itself. By week 2, the video hit 12 million views. People called it the war cry of every woman who's ever been silenced. Hospitals shared it in ethics trainings. A university in Chicago made it required. Viewing for pre-med students. Suddenly I was everywhere. Panels, podcasts, interviews. Strangers emailed me their stories. Some cried. Some just said thank you. I had become the thing Eli never imagined. Louder than him. Harper and I, we're not best friends again, and we never will be. But we found a strange kind of peace. She sent me flowers after the talk. For the woman who refused to stay quiet. I see you now. That meant more than I expected. Sometimes you don't need a reunion, just a reckoning. Noah and I, still together. In fact, he flew in from Savannah to surprise me after the TED Talk. Walked on stage with a bouquet and that look on his face. The one that says, "You're not just good enough, you're legendary. We're building something. Real. No secrets, no half-truths, no shadows. And this time, I'm showing up loudly." Eli? Last I heard, he was bartending under a fake name in Austin. Still smug. Still blaming everyone but himself. And still blocked on everything. Let him watch my name light up the screen while his gets flushed out of memory. Let him feel what it's like to be on the outside looking in. Because I didn't just move on. I outgrew him. But the real twist? I wasn't done yet. A publishing house contacted me after the TEDx went viral. Said they wanted a memoir. Unflinching, raw. A roadmap for reclaiming your voice. So I wrote it. The Quiet One. How I took back my power after being betrayed. In front of 100 people. It hit number 3 on the nonfiction bestseller list 2 weeks after launch. I did press, morning shows. Even sat across from a talk show host who said, "You don't look like someone who got humiliated." I smiled. "I didn't get humiliated," I said. "I got rewritten. And that brings us here. To this post. To this platform. To you. If you've ever been lied to, ignored, sidelined, erased, let me be proof. You are not too sensitive, or too much, or too emotional. You are not invisible. Sometimes the best revenge isn't ruining them. It's rebuilding you so big they can't look away. Explosive ending. He proposed to her in front of me. She took the ring, but I took the spotlight. And the world chose my story. So tell me, have you ever watched your worst betrayal become your greatest beginning? Because I did. And I'd do it again. The end. And here it is, the finale of today's story. Did everything turn out as you imagined? Or did it end unexpectedly? I'd love to hear what you think. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let's dive into the discussion together. If this story kept you in suspense, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? This is your chance to join an incredible community where exciting new stories unfold every day. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date. Thanks for your attention and see you on your new adventures.